Okay, good people, welcome to this channel. Let's do life with Niche. Please watch and share my videos. Tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend. Today I'm with a nice lady here in Ongata-Rongai area. She works with an NGO to uplift Kenyan communities to help reduce poverty levels. Let's have a chat with her. Welcome.
My name is Caroline Gitao. I work with Kenya Works organization. Kenya Works is a community-based organization and also an NGO because we are based in the US, but we work for the Kenyan communities.
Okay, thank you so much. Now, can you tell us where your offices are? Your offices we've said they're in the US, but now here where we are.
Okay, our offices are in Ongata-Rongai, Kajiado County. We are based in Vicodec organization. It's a school. It's a partner organization to Kenya Works. Yes, and with so many other partners all over the country.
Okay, thank you. Can you tell us what you do? What is Kenya Works all about as an organization?
Kenya Works is an organization that works for the Kenyan communities in Kenya, and main work is to reduce poverty levels in Kenya by making the Kenyan communities self-sustainable. We provide the resources, and also we help the Kenyan communities be able to solve their own issues, and mainly reduce the poverty levels in different areas. That is where now the Kenya Works programs covers.
In what ways do you help the communities?
Okay, now this takes us to our programs. We have different programs that we work through. We have community workshops. Here's whereby we train the community members on parenting. We train positive parenting. We also train about gender-based violence to ensure that the Kenyan communities are enlightened about violences, what violence is, types of violences, and also how to seek legal aid when one is violated. And also we train them on child protection and also succession issues. These are mainly the issues that we experience here in Kenya, and which brings so many challenges to us as Kenyans.
How do you identify the communities you want to go and train? Like, how do you know now this time we are going to this community, the next time we are going to this community, and how do you get in? Through who gives you permission to do all the trainings?
Okay, in this particular program, the Kenya Works Community Workshops, we have a program manager who mainly his work is to identify the areas where we will intervene. This depends with the issue that has developed in a particular area. Our main agenda is to reach all the counties, all the communities in Kenya, but we can't just go to all the communities at once. So we have a strategy to move from one community to the other, and we do this through moving from one county to the other. So the program manager links up with the community gatekeepers. For example, a chief, we identify a community maybe in a particular county such as Kilifi County. We identify a specific area in Kilifi County whereby we talk to the chief. The chief mobilizes the main people who are the leaders in particular groups such as women group leaders, youth group leaders, community elders, the Nyumba Kumi elders as well. So all these people, for example, in one workshop we have a maximum of 60 participants. These participants, they come, we train them. We take them through the trainings for about 4 days. After that, they get the certificates, and we leave these people as ambassadors of those topics we trained, and we do an evaluation. We keep in touch with these people. After 3 months, we go back to that community. We want to see what they have been able to do with that information. Have they made impact? And through this, we're actually able to know whether there was an impact if the people who we didn't train reach back to us, maybe through telephone calls, asking us to come back and train a different group on such matters as well. Yeah, so that is how we identify those people.
Okay, sasa tuseme mshaenda pale, mmeenda mmetrain watu, mmewafunza, lakini pia kuna wale watu wengine, tuseme these marginalized communities, kuna wale watu they don't believe, like let's say about women and the girl child, like they're not supposed to go to school, they're not supposed to do much, like mmewafunza how to do a lot of stuff. Kuna wale pia watu wanakuja baadaye wanakuja kusema mmeenda kuwaharibia tradition zao za kimaisha.
Exactly. Sasa hizo ndizo mambo ambazo tunafunza mainly, hata hiyo ndio topic, gender based violence. Under that topic kuna hayo masomo ambayo tunafunza kuhusu gender equality. Hatutaki kukuwe na hiyo difference, like the girl child, the women are not they don't like make much impact than men in a community. Yeah, hizo ni challenges tunapatana nazo in different communities. Si kila community kuna such beliefs. So zenye ziko na hiyo, hata hizo ndizo tuna target sana.
Those are the first ones you attend to.
Yeah, sababu that is where this information is much needed. We want this to have like a gender equality. So we train them on the importance. Wao wenyewe wana realize what are the side effects of not valuing the other gender more than the other one. And after these trainings, we realize that at least this impact, even if it is not felt like one time, it grows. The impact keeps growing. Yes.
Okay. After now you have trained, you have gone back, you get the feedback. What else do you do after getting the feedback? What else do you do?
Well, now that one is in the community workshops. I told you we have other programs. For example, when you go for a community workshop in a particular area, we identify other social issues in that area. For example, one of the most rising issue in areas with this poverty, and this is one thing that Kenya Works actually, our motivation is to eradicate poverty. That is what drives us to continue working in Kenya. And when we identify a community, we do a community workshop, and we identify some issues such as poverty in period poverty. That is like the people. Okay, whenever we train a community, we also visit the areas around. We go to schools, and so many issues rise, like surrounding the issue of period poverty, and this is whereby girls experience lack of sanitary towels. And since we have a program, one of our programs is Makini Pad Initiative. Another program now, apart from the community workshop, we bring sanitary towels to these girls in the schools around the area. We have trained their parents. We bring sanitary towels. Also, we include boys into this program. We do donation of boxers, and then we bring all of them together, boys and girls.
You train them?
Yeah, tunafanya training wote pamoja, so that at least boys are not left behind. They don't feel like they are being neglected. And also, it is so important for them to understand issues to do with menstruation, to understand issues to do with puberty and the changes that takes place in their bodies, how they're supposed to take care of themselves. We realize when we bring them all together, we make this program inclusive, and we are also trying to break this thing of gender inequality.
Okay. So I guess when you introduced the boxers, they were like, hey, mbona wasichana wanapewa hizi parts na sisi hakuna kitu tunapewa?
Yeah, mostly in most schools zenye tulikuwa tunaenda, you will see that whenever we took girls aside to do like a training, boys will be left asking their teachers, mnashughulikianga tu wasichana, mbona sisi? So it is now up to us and the teachers to explain to the boys that there is one change that takes place in girls that doesn't take place in boys.
The boys,
and it brings so many, it has challenges to girls because they don't have money to buy them. Not always they have money to buy pads, and that's why we come in to fill this gap of period poverty by providing a sanitary towels for them to be able to stay in school just like them. You realize that boys can stay in school the whole year, but girls every month, like in 5 days a month, the girl will see menstruation. And without something to manage it, mostly these girls are affected and they might stay back at home until periods are ends.
Now, do you train these girls who shy away when they start having their periods? Do you tell them like that's normal? Maybe their parents, their mothers don't have that time, or maybe they don't know how to train them like this thing is supposed to come at this age.
Yeah, actually, that is one thing that we cover during the training, the menstrual hygiene trainings. We encourage the girls to feel proud of their menstruation. It's a very normal body process. It's a normal change that takes place in all the girls. We train them when they should expect it, for how long, how to manage it, how to keep their menstrual hygiene as well, their health, reproductive health, is how to manage it as well. And this platform has really been helpful to so many girls. As you know, our traditions, not every parent will talk about this with their children, with their girls. So it's an opportunity for some of them to learn. Some of them hear it from people like us.
From you.
Yeah, they hear it for the first time with people like us who go to train them about it. Yeah.
Now tell us more about your production of the pads, the Makini Pads initiative.
Okay, the Makini Pad initiative started back in 2014. That is when we started donating these pads and producing them here in Kenya, after we realized that most girls were really suffering because they didn't afford the pads. And if they did, back then we were not having the free sanitary towel program from the government, but it was introduced later. But even after it was introduced and the government were donating the disposable pads, girls would go with these disposable pads at home. But doesn't mean that it is hers entirely, like she's going to use it for the whole year. Yes, the government means that it is hers, but imagine this girl goes with these 12 bags at home. They are expected to take her through 1 year, but she has a sister at home who is also suffering because she doesn't have these bags. She will actually just share. She'll share with the neighbors, with the mom as well. So this girl is not fully covered with the whole year. So we introduced our Makini Pad, reusable pad, which is a personal item, so it should not be shared. It takes a girl for a whole year. We train her on how to manage it, how to wash it, how to take care of it. This pad actually, a girl gets it for free, but when you buy it from us or any other organization, an individual or an organization buys it, goes for 550 shillings.
So there are some people or some organizations who can come and buy from you.
Yes, we do partnership works. So we have individuals or organizations who buy these pads from us and they donate them to girls, to vulnerable girls, or to people who in the marginalized areas where they have no access to sanitary towels.
Now this pack goes for, okay, how many are they?
There are 8 of them. I'll just show you. There are 8 of them inside. We have 8 reusable pads. We have 2 storage bags for the soil pad. We have these are holders. They have a use and care leaflet, a manual for using the reusable pad.
Yeah.
Now this pad is made using a very comfortable, a very soft material, highly absorbent, and this is how it is worn. So the main work for the holder is to hold the pad to the panty, and it's placed that way. And now the wings and the press button is closed beneath the panty at the middle part, and the girl can put it on. So this pad can take a girl for depends with the flow, but the whole pack after 1 year we go and replace it for a girl. After she has used for a whole year, we replace it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So after using, she can go and wash it.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. During the menstruation, maybe she can change the pad per day, like 3 of them.
Yeah.
So in the evening, she washes the pad, the used pads. They are easily washable. The material used to make it is considered, because there are areas where we have we don't have enough water, so it is easily washable with minimum amount of water. We train them on how to do the cleaning of these pads and how to air them outside where there is sun for the germs to be killed, and also we train them on the do's and don'ts, not when they are wet, when they are not fully dry, that is, how to wash them with cold and very clean water for the sake of menstrual hygiene, their reproductive health hygiene. Yes.
Okay, so many communities, I can guess they have embraced this so much.
Sorry?
The communities you go to train about these pads, and now when you give them, they embrace it.
Oh yes, so many people who've received this pad, who've used it, they know what it means to them. Number one, it is so economical. It saves them a lot of money, because imagine a whole year without going to the shop to buy a pad. With this economy, it saves a lot of money to families. A family whereby the parents only thinking of putting food on the table for the kids, pads being maybe a secondary need for them.
Yeah, it's not a must for them.
Not most of them are really, so they really appreciate when we take these pads to them. And we're also looking forward for more partners who are willing to donate these pads. They buy them from us and they donate to the girls. We are willing to partner this on maybe agreed terms, that is. Yeah.
Okay, now, let me say you've gone to a certain community, you've gone to schools, and then you have given them these pads. After 1 year, you just go back and give them again?
Okay, this now depends with the school. They need, also we give them a task. They need to reapply. Give us like an updated number of mature girls and boys so that we can come back. So they need to track the days when we came and when now they want us back. When that time comes, they do a renewal of an application and we take the pads to them.
Wow, that's a very informative and very impressive work you're doing. Now, what other programs do you have?
We have a third program, Education Works. Under the Education Works, we have sponsorship program for vulnerable kids in secondary school. We identify them through our partner organizations such as Vicodec. Vicodec, they have a sponsorship of primary school kids. So after they are done with primary school, we recruit them, Kenya Works, to take them through the secondary school education. Other partners you have in Homa Bay, where we have a coordinator who recruits very needy kids who've performed well, and so we have in Kibera and other areas of the country. So we have around 500 sponsored students in secondary school who are under our Kenya Works sponsorship program. Still under the same program, Education Works, we partner with schools in arid areas such as Magadi. We construct water tanks. Some of these schools where we do construction of water tanks, they benefit from feeding program under Kenya Works. So the water tanks goes hand in hand with the feeding program, because they can't feed without water. So we do construction of water tanks, and with the water tanks help in harvesting the rainwaters, which help during the feeding program.
Okay, let me go back about you sponsoring the kids in high school. Now, ni wale tu wenye wamefanya vizuri ama ni wote hadi mpaka wale wenye hawakuperform vizuri? Because we know some kids may be smart but hawakufanya vizuri kwa sababu of the challenges they go through in their homes.
Well, we don't mainly measure with the highly performers in primary. So we also include the unfortunate, those ones who've not performed really well, but they come from vulnerable homes. We give them a chance, like we take them for 2 years. We evaluate their work when we are provided like all the required scholastic materials. We've given a good environment, we've paid school fees. So with all that, we expect them within a period of two years, they will have improved to a point that now they are able to be rated with the rest of the well-performed students.
And now you continue paying their fees?
Yeah. When they perform well, when given that chance, now we continue to pay their school fees.
Okay, now what about this feeding program? How do you manage it? How do you do it? And now building of the tanks, you've said like you build tanks under the, let's say, the classrooms. Okay, can you explain to us?
Okay, not mainly in the classrooms, but we partner with schools, and okay, there are schools where we don't have enough classrooms, and in these schools we have our feeding program. So we have a program whereby we do a construction of our water tanks beneath, okay, underground we have our water tanks, and then on top we build like a classroom. So it is just like an additional benefit to the school. They have a water tank beneath and a classroom above. So we identify them through our feeding programs. We have various schools who benefit from our feeding programs. They're the ones who benefit with them. They also benefit with the feeding, with the classroom and the water tank.
Now the feeding program, you give them, okay, feeding program, I mean ni kuwapatia chakula, mna supply chakula kwa hizo shule?
Yes, exactly. Tunawapea dry food such as maize, beans, cooking fat, onions. So this is food that can last them for a whole term. Term ikiisha, we take other food now the following term.
Oh, okay, that's nice. Now another program you have?
We have Rescue Works. Rescue Works, whereby we have a rescue center in Kware called Miale ya Tumaini. You have heard of it?
I know Miale, I've been there.
Miale is whereby we have kids in Kware. We also have like another project still under Miale called Project Ben in Gataka. So we have our kids from Kware slums, Gataka slums. They go there for lunch. They call it githeri. They go there to take githeri. Sometimes they take rice, but mainly known for githeri because that's what it started with. They started feeding githeri, but nowadays at least they're feeding all types of food after they now got in under Kenya sponsorship. Now in Miale, we don't only have a feeding program for those students, for those children in the slum, but we also have a rescue center whereby we rescue girls who undergo early marriages and also FGM. We have girls in areas where FGM is really rampant, and these are girls who are not willing to be taken under it. So they go for rescue to the chiefs. The chiefs call us because we work really close with those chiefs. They call us, and we are able to track them using the children office, and they are rescued in our Miale ya Tumaini Rescue Center.
Now when they are at Miale, do you rescue only the girls or even the boy child?
We have not really. Okay, even boys, they do get some rescue, but not mainly from the said issues, because they don't go through the
FGM and
this might be boys who are neglected by their parents, maybe underaged children, but mainly these ones are referred to us by the children office, and the reintegration process starts. They're rescued for some time, and reintegration starts. We take them back to their family after we identify where they come from, why they had to come out of their family. Sometimes it's because of some issues that are sorted within that period when they are in the rescue center. When that issue is sorted, they are able to be reintegrated back to their families.
Now let me ask, okay, maybe you have rescued some girl, and then when time goes and now the parents, like, they come back for them, like now they're okay, they'll not do that, do you give them back?
Oh yes, after like we have really gone through the reintegration process, we have seen that the parents are now okay. We have sorted out the issue that had made the girl to be rescued, or even the boys. We always take them back to their families. We just keep the contact. We visit them oftenly to see how they are doing, and just to make sure that they are safe.
Now when they are the rescue center at Miale, do they go through any education, or they're just there awaendi shule hawasomi?
No, we have actually a school, but this is a preschool in Miale ya Tumaini, but we have other schools now around the public schools where they go to. If it's a secondary school, we take them to secondary school, and they continue their schooling.
What if no one comes back for them? Like when the last time I visited Miali, there were very, very small kids, like mtoto wa 2 years, mtoto wa like 1.5 years, au watoto wadogo. Now, what do you do with them?
This is now the work that is left to the rescue center to home trace. We need to do the home tracing. Okay, just get some traces until you find where they come from. No, even if it's the grandparents, they need to go back to their homes, because you can't keep them there for long and forever. Others, we get them foster parents who stay with them maybe during the school break, and then when the school is back, they come back home to the rescue center.
Okay, are these the only programs you have, or maybe you have some again?
Mainly, those are the 4 programs that we work in for the Kenyan communities to try and reduce the poverty levels. And okay, we are growing. Kenya Works is growing, and we feel that we are working. So far, we're able to work far and wide because we're able to partner with other organizations who are doing similar work to us. Yes.
Sasa Karo, mimi nakuona wewe mostly wewe ndio nakuona ukienda places, like mostly you go to those places, and okay, you are young and then you have a young family. Can you tell us how you manage that? And then now you tell us if hizo places zenye umeenda ushaipatana na situation ikakushtua, ikakupiga pa, ukasema now this one, like maybe me I can stop doing this job because unaona watu wamesumbuka, watoto wanateseka. Can you tell us more about that?
Well, this work is really, you should have a passion to work with the communities. Number 1, you need to have that passion. Number 2, yes, I have come across such cases so many times, cases which leave you so much heartbroken. You feel like sometimes you need to give your all, even your personal resources sometimes. But this now calls upon you to be strong. I've actually I have gone back to school. Now I'm doing counseling psychology to be able to be stronger.
Yeah,
kustahimili. Need to be tougher and also be able to provide that which is needed to this person, to this
you will be strong for them.
Be strong for them. Be able to tell them something that will encourage them, give them hope for tomorrow. Yeah, and having that the fact that I have a young family, sometimes it takes a lot of my time, but my family is understanding. It's my passion, so they support me in that. I have also a supportive husband, and also my kids are also, I think they understand what I do.
Wameadopt.
Like when I go and come telling them stories, they feel it and they feel like, oh, Mom, we love what you do. You help people who are in need, and I'm sure this is something that also they are developing in themselves, which makes me so much encouraged, because I know they are also feeling. Parting short, I would like to encourage our Kenyan communities, especially the parents. Let us be there for our children. They are our future generation. They are the ones who will be there for us when we grow old. Yeah. Let us support them now. Do not neglect your children. Provide what you can. Encourage them. Be a good role model as well. And we're going to have a great society. Yes, with also other organizations out there who are doing similar works to Kenya Works. Feel encouraged. Continue with the good work. And also to you, Vanish, be encouraged. Continue with the enlightenment to the communities. Yeah, because you're also doing a really important job.
Thank you so much. I'm just being like, umenitia nguvu, umenipatia moral mingi sai, like I'll do much. Like our society, our communities need us, guys. Like, let's embrace whatever small you have. Ukiona mtoto aendi shule, try and see what is happening. Ukiona watu wanalala njaa, don't feel like you're so special. Try and inquire, go and talk to them. Like, do something in the community to help someone and touch a life. Thank you.